what's up? My name's Courtney. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new here. This is my wedding dress experience part 2. So if you haven't checked out part 1, I'll link it up here. Make sure you watch that one first and come back and watch this video because you'll kind of get an idea of what I like throughout my wedding dress experience for those 2 shops that I went to. And then this one kind of narrows it down and helps me really decide. And then ultimately coming down to saying yes to the dress in this video. I told Nick not to watch this video. He hasn't watched the first video, so I'm not really worried about him watching this one. He genuinely wants to be surprised, so I'm not worried about it. He's not gonna click on this video. Before going wedding dress shopping, I loved watching wedding dress shopping videos on YouTube, so I thought it'd be so fun to make my own and contribute to what's out there. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button because it's going to help me grow my channel and it would mean so much to me for you to join my friend group. So in that first video, we went to David's Bridal and a small boutique in Sacramento called The Bridal Box. I was really thankful for that experience because for one, I found one dress that I really loved and was ultimately trying to find one that was a little bit more of the style I was going for that I loved more than the one that I found at David's Bridal. So that was kind of my mission. And so I made these 2 appointments. I was so excited to have my mom, my grandma, my sister, my cousin, and one of my best friends at this shop with me. My best friend Georgie was in town, so I wanted to make sure that she was able to come. It meant a lot for me to have all these people here with me, and I'm just so excited. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. The first one we're gonna go to is Be Couture, and this dress shop was so extravagant and huge. I was like, whoa, when I walked in, and I really thought like this was gonna be the store I find my dress in because it is such a beautiful store. Okay, so this first dress was the one that I ultimately thought I may say yes to.
Oh, wow. Oh my gosh. Shut up.
Okay, this is the first one I'm gonna cry on.
Oh my god, the front.
It was so beautiful and had this most beautiful floral lace. There were irises all the way down. I loved how the bodice fit me on top. I loved the plunge in the front. I thought this one was the perfect fit, but things I did not like. I did not like the straps and how they fit. I just felt a little uncomfortable in the straps. She was saying she could add some sparkle around the edge and on the straps. I liked that idea, but I just wish there was a little bit more sparkle on the whole dress, some more beading. I really liked the beading, so I kind of felt like that was missing a little bit. So that was really the only thing wrong with this dress, but not wrong, but just not what I had completely envisioned for my dress. But that's why I couldn't say no to this dress in that moment because it fit so nicely and it could have been my dress. I was getting to the point where I was starting to like dresses more because for one, these dresses fit a little bit better, so I was able to actually envision what they looked like on. And for 2, they were a little bit more towards the top end of my budget. They were a little bit higher quality of dresses, I guess you could say. So then it started to make it a little bit more difficult saying no. So this one I kept around until the very end, but we'll go ahead and go on to the next dress. I pinned this dress from their online boutique to my Pinterest board. On the model, I did not realize how much mesh was on the top because it blended so nicely with the model's skin, but on me I absolutely did not like mesh on top. I just felt super uncomfortable in it and I'd rather it just be my chest and my skin. But I loved the detail on this dress and the design, and I actually liked the nudish color, but I did want more of a white, at least more ivory color. But I feel like this dress strapless would be really pretty, but the main focus of this was the open back. It wouldn't be possible to make this dress strapless because there's no back on the bodice. This one was definitely more of a boho style too, so that was kind of cool to try that on and see how I liked that fit. But it was pretty easy for me to say no to this one just because it wasn't what I was going for. This next dress is I envision it like very boho also, a more beachy boho. It was very pretty. I love the actual silhouette of this dress. It was very, very pretty. There was just no lace, no floral design, and no beading. If I didn't have those 3 things in mind of something I really wanted, this dress would have been a high contender. I loved the open back on this dress. It was just so pretty in the back. I loved the back, but it just didn't have those 3 things that I wanted on my dress. This next dress was really pretty. I could tell right away putting this one on that I didn't love it. It had a lot more of sparkle for sure, but it was like almost glittery sparkle, not beading. And it was a little bit too busy of a print for me. It did have that flow carrying out the whole dress, which I thought was really pretty, but it just had a little bit too much going on, I think. This one had like a purple undertone, and that was really pretty, but not what I was going for. So she put a layer of white fabric underneath, and then it was a little bit easier to envision it, but I just didn't like this one as much as the others. This next one was really pretty and definitely the idea that I was going for. I really liked the detail flower lace on this one and the sparkle throughout. A few things I did not like. The fabric was a little bit stiff and thick. It was a little bit of a heavier fabric, so that was not, it wasn't as flowy and like soft and whimsical as I was hoping. And then I also did not like the off-the-shoulder straps. I already knew that I didn't love off-the-shoulder straps from my Lulu's try-on haul video. I didn't love the neckline. I thought it was a little bit too straight across for me, but it makes sense with the off-the-shoulder straps. But I just felt a little bit uncomfortable, and this one was slightly itchy if I remember correctly. I really liked this next one. The only thing I did not love was the neckline again. I kind of was realizing that I liked the sweetheart neckline, and I didn't know if I liked straps or no straps yet. But I knew I liked the sweetheart neckline from trying dresses on already, and from this experience that the rounded neckline just seemed to fit my body type better. I loved the detail on this dress. It was exactly what I was hoping for. I really liked the nude underlay, and the train was really pretty. This next one was also one of my favorites from this store, and probably overall. I loved the plunge in the front, and I loved the detail throughout this dress. Underneath it had like crisscross pattern on the first layer, but I did like the slit and the detail of this dress. And the fabric underneath was almost mermaidy, so I was a little bit restricted on the bottom. I just didn't like how tight it was underneath and flowy on top. So this next dress is actually the same dress I tried on at the other boutique in part 1. I'll put a clip here or a photo.
Oh, wow.
That
Back is incredible.
The size difference made such a huge difference in what it looked like on me. At the other store, I was like, nope, this is not it. Just because I couldn't get past how big the top was on me. I was deciding between this one and another one as my favorite one in this store. So I highly recommend calling your boutique and asking what sizes they have for sample sizes to try on before going into a store. So that way you can have the most out of your wedding dress shopping experience. This next one was really pretty. It was the detail and lace and beading that I was asking for, just in a different type of dress. It was a little bit more poofy, and I think that's why I kind of turned away from it, just because it was a little bit too much dress for me, but it was really pretty. And again, I didn't love the neckline on this. It was a little bit more straight. It wasn't as rounded on the top, but they did say they could adjust any dress to have a different neckline, but I was already not really loving the idea of changing a dress after buying it. I was hoping to find one that I liked more how it was. So that kind of turned me away from this one, because you really have to love it a lot to want to customize it and want to make little adjustments, because at that point you're just perfecting what you love already. You're not changing it to love it, if that makes sense. This next one was a Maury Lee dress, and I really liked this one as well. I loved how the floral print carried out through the whole dress. It didn't really have a ton of sparkle on it. I feel like if this one also were in my size, I would have had a little bit of an easier time trying it on, just because the tulle on the sides of the bust made it a little bit bigger, and that was a little bit distracting for me. I really liked how the floral lace came up all the way through the sleeves. It made it kind of hold the whole dress more cohesive, and it was a pretty detail rather than just adding like spaghetti straps onto a dress. But overall, this one was really pretty, and it was a top contender. So those were the dresses that I tried on at Be Couture. My friend also recently went wedding dress shopping and said yes to a dress at a certain location. So I asked her about her experience there, and she really recommended it, and so I was really excited to try out Miosa. At this appointment, I had my mom, my grandma, my sister, and my cousin, and it was a very fun experience, and I highly recommend this shop because it is ultimately where I said yes. One of the things I was so excited about is on their website, they had the Allure Disney Bridal collection. A few years ago, they came out with the Disney Bridal collection with Allure, and I was like, oh my gosh, when I get engaged and when I go wedding dress shopping, I have to try on a Disney princess dress. That's something I always wanted to do, and when I found out that this shop in my area happened to have the Disney Bridal collection, I was so excited. Even though I had looked online and there wasn't one particularly that I was like, that's exactly the style I want, that's exactly the color, exactly the beading, I didn't care. I was like, I just want to try one on just to say that I got to try one on. You know what I mean? So let's go to Miosa in Folsom, California. down in our little area, and the inside was so beautiful with chandeliers everywhere and so many dresses and it was just so white and gorgeous inside. So I was so excited to try on the Disney bridal collection. My consultant Alex, who was amazing, found the Cinderella dress.
Cinderella.
She's laughing.
It feels like the princess dress. It's great.
It looks like Cinderella, absolutely. That's so pretty.
This is something that like you always want to do, is to try on the princess
Mm-hmm.
collection.
Is it heavy?
It's definitely a lot of dress.
A lot of come over. Turn around, gorgeous. There we go.
Oh, wow.
I just like couldn't stop giggling wearing it because it was just so fun to put it on. You felt like playing dress up as a kid all over again. And this one had like a blue tone to it, and it was just so pretty. It made me wish that I wanted like a princess poofy ball gown because it just felt so fun wearing it. It was funny because after I took this dress off to change into the next one, I took it off, set it down next to me so I could grab the hanger because it was heavy, and I let go and it stayed standing. That's how poofy and big and like full of dress this was. It was just such a fun experience. I'm so thankful that Miosa had the bridal Disney collection so that I could try it on and have that be a part of my wedding dress experience. This next one was one of my top contenders. I really liked this dress, but this one had the most beautiful detail. It had the sleeves that I could take off and have detachable because ultimately I either wanted a single strap or strapless. I didn't love the off the shoulder sleeves, but the detail throughout the whole dress was so beautiful. I loved the bodice. I didn't love, this was I think he said a dropped waist A-line style. I have a fairly long torso, and so I felt like it almost elongated my torso too much. I'd rather it sit up a little bit higher above my hips and not right at my hips. That way I look a little bit taller. This one was my top favorite other than the one that I chose at this store. So I kept it around until the end to see how things compared to it. This next one my consultant pulled for me because it had that detail I was looking for that went all the way down the dress and thin straps. The only thing I didn't love was the bow on the front, but he said that could be removed. I was keeping this one as a top contender as well, so the last one was kind of my favorite strapless, and this one was my favorite with a single strap. So I was kind of just deciding if I liked one or the other better, but they were pretty similar, so I kept both of them on the side. The back had a really nice V, and the slit was really fun. I liked that feature. It was a very, very pretty dress. I think it was Madeline Gardner as well. That was the designer. You can see here, I was like pointing like, no, I still like that one that I tried on the best. This next one was another A-line, a little bit slightly poofy dress, and it had off-the-shoulder straps that he pinned in the back for me because I didn't love that could be made strapless. And the only thing about this one is that there was like fuzzy on top, and the fabric was again too thick. I wanted a little bit lighter fabric because you were wearing this for a while, so I want it to be comfortable too. So I didn't love the applique on the top, but other than that, this one was really pretty. I really like this one as well, so he's so good at finding the ones that were exactly what I was hoping for. I put it on and it was really pretty. It was that whimsical detail feel. I didn't have that feeling where it was like, I really love this dress. I think what it was is that it felt a little bit plain in that the applique was kind of like put on and it didn't have that full cohesive look that I was looking for. Even though there was detail on the whole dress, I think that's what kind of turned me away. It didn't have a nice flow of the detail. I know I am picky, but guess what? Being picky led me to finding my dress, so bear with me. This next one was really pretty, and the only thing about this one is that it was like the unlined version, so I was wearing a leotard underneath this, and I think I had a hard time getting past the like leotard underneath and envisioning it being lined. I really liked this one. There was nothing really wrong with it. I liked the detail, I like the lace, I like the whimsical feel. The straps could be detached, so it could be strapless, but it was a little bit too poofy, and it wasn't as good as that one dress in the beginning with that strapless feel with the longer torso, or my one that I ended up saying yes to. This one was also so beautiful. I loved the detail, I loved the plunge, I loved the detail on the straps. So this one was in my top 3 favorites from this boutique, and it was very white, which I liked as a contrary to the nude. So there were 2 very different dresses that I liked. The detail on the whole dress was so pretty. The one thing about this one is that I wasn't able to shorten the train if I wanted to have a shorter train. I haven't decided yet because I'm able to customize that with the one that I chose. I just feel like a long train on me looks like the dress is so long. I don't know if that's just me or if that's like a shorter girl thing, that like I don't want my dress to look like I'm short in it. I want to feel like the dress fits me. I don't know. That might be kind of silly, but that's how I was kind of feeling. This next one was Alex's, my consultant's choice. He kind of thought, okay, I'm gonna throw one in here and I'm gonna see if you like it. Just let me know what you think. And it was beautiful on top. I absolutely loved the top. The dress did have full tulle sparkle on the bottom, and he thought maybe, okay, it's sparkly on the whole dress. Maybe you'll like this one. So I tried it on and I really liked it, but I did think it still felt too plain on the bottom for how beautiful the top was. But I loved the silhouette of this dress and I thought it was really, really beautiful. This next one was really pretty as well. The only thing I didn't love about it was the cap sleeves. I knew I didn't want sleeves at this point, but it did have that sparkly bodice, so he brought it out for me anyways. But this one was a no, but it was still really pretty. This one felt very princessy to me too. Like, it almost felt like a Rapunzel dress. Maybe I should try that one on again.
Do you want to hop back in there?
I think so, yeah. So once I put my dress on, that moment I just like internally got so happy. My family could see from my eyes how happy I was because I was wearing a mask, and I put it on and I was like, you know, I love this dress in my head. And I was a little bit afraid to say that, but I was like, I love this dress. I don't want to try any more dresses on. This is my dress, but there are a few things that I really want to change to it because I love it so much. So then we talked about details of how we could customize it, so it is going to be 100% unique. No one else in the whole world will have it unless they decide to make all the same exact customizations that I did, which I think is really slim. So I put the veil on and I immediately got so excited, and Alex could tell, and I was like, okay, yes, this is the dress. This is the one. I love it so much. There's nothing else that compares to it. It has all the things that I wanted or that I didn't know that I want. I'm going to leave that one a surprise, but I'll put in the audio from it and the footage that doesn't actually show the dress in it.
Do you feel beautiful?
Yes, I think this is the dress, to be honest.
Do you feel confident when you put it on? Does this make you feel like a bride?
Yes.
Does this help you envision your wedding day, walking down the aisle to your fiance?
Yeah.
Well, we only got one more question, girl. Are you saying yes to the dress?
No, this dress has felt like this.
And I'm so excited to have it come in so I can start going in for more alterations and appointments for the customizations. I have a whole wedding series, so I'll link that up here if you want to check that out. I hope you enjoyed watching today's video and watching my wedding dress shopping experience. Again, hit that subscribe button and join my friend group. It would mean so much to help me and grow my channel. Thanks so much for hanging out with me and being a part of today's video. I hope to see you in another video real soon. Thanks, bye!